Fresh meat! Fresh meat!
I think it's got to be Storm favored, but we'll see. Like, I have yet to see Sand King demonstrate it's a real mid hero, not just niche with a Dark Seer and a hard carry and support.
Yeah.
This is a bit awkward. This is literally just Tiny was banned, replacing it with the next best. I'm not a huge believer in that.
Oh, let's find out how this game is going to play itself. We're ready for game one to get Pixel and Fogged.
Thank you very much, Shiva. Yeah, should be an excellent one here. Alliance versus NIGMA. Fogged, we've seen the lineups. What do you sort of make of it? The panel seems to reckon a lot of fighting, a lot of action. Who's going to come out on top, though?
Oh man, I don't know. A lot of scaling potential on the side of NIGMA. However, lots of stuns, lots of team fighting on Alliance. And I think this mid matchup is going to be the biggest one for me, like how it's going to end up going. I've never seen Sand King versus that Storm. I'd imagine Storm should be able to do quite well. I don't think you're going to get bullied too much as long as you get some help around the runes and, you know, you're not just completely left alone. However, like overall in the game plan, there's a lot of setup stun for that Storm Spirit. Like he's going to have a tough time getting in and out. And on the side of NIGMA, they don't really have many stuns whatsoever. It's like an ET stop, a vortex, a missile. It's quite limited.
Yeah, that is true. And talk about the ET, a good game to push the ET up to the core position, have mind control player here on the offlane.
It'll give them extra damage. I think that's the biggest thing is that I've seen a lot of these Timber Saws just be unkillable. When you have Gyro, IO, and ET, you have all this amplified for the magic damage. It's gonna make that hero bleed. It's gonna make that hero look a lot more vulnerable than usual. And in lane, you know, if the skeletons do get summoned and all that, you get the extra damage, the extra armor. You might be able to punch back. That being said, though, Wraith King and Snapfire, I've seen this lane a lot now, and it's scary. The crit combination with the -8 armor, with the Blightstone and Little Shredder, it's potent. But yeah, we'll see how this all works, because it's a little bit of a difference in the way they actually normally play, right? Kuroki's playing an Enchantress and they have an IO, so they don't really have these active heroes early on. It's going to be dependent on if Kuro gets a creep for him to really make any moves or just secure the lane very nicely.
No, for sure, yeah. All of NIGMA's early game moves are going to be entirely around what their cores really set up themselves.
I'm going to stare at mid, though, because I think this is going to be really important.
Okay. I mean, you know,
in the first few waves.
You know, we know Miracle knows how the hero plays. He was one of the ones to bring it out first, the mid Sand King, so he'll know exactly what he's up against.
He just needs to hit him a lot, right? Like, if you're the Storm, you just hit the Sand King in the early phase. You know he's gone caustic, so you try to just keep him down low and just keep him always constantly harassed. And then it's going to be dependent on who gets those water runes, if they get checked or not. Yeah, I think at like level 3 and 4, when Vortex gets online, it's a little bit harder for the Sand King. But Limp might be able to do something special, because I haven't seen this matchup on.
Sure. We'll see how much Limp can pressure Miracle in this mid. Miracle is going to be able to deal with it and nuke the way back with the remnants. Top lane S4.
First blood.
Oh, he's dead. First blood for GH up here as NIGMA. They'll get the first bit of action as S4. That's just, you know, he's having a tough time that they were fully able to sort of zone them back away from the lane. You see S4's XP, he's barely touched a creep at the moment.
Yeah, just the missile and the right clicks, and it's a scary lane, because, you know, we know how Timber works. You know, you're level 3, you're going to be pretty unkillable with reactive. However, IO and Gyro, there's a pretty big amplify, 10% spell amp, 50 attack speed granted to Gyro. It might be that little difference maker that can just push S4 out, as Hudskin might just die here too with this missile.
Running it down. S4's not going to be able to do anything to stop GH from just clicking the hand scan out of the lane. Another kill here for the duo of NIGMA.
And Kuroki, he has actually found himself a very good creep, the Harpy Storm, so the spam will come out, but he might actually die. He steps up.
All right, here's Alliance able to kick back on the other side of the map. Of course, that strong duo, as you said, this Wraith King Snapfires, certainly going to pack a punch if NIGMA's here in the right position. See over by the runes, Limp's able to get him with the Burrow Strike. We'll be able to take that full refill away from Miracle. Miracle's going to try and get aggressive back onto Limp. Limp is still having the water rune in the bottle, and backup is in for Miracle. Then popping the water rune, trying to get away. They're going to be able to take him out. So GH with some smooth moves already, backing up Miracle in the mid lane and making sure that he wins that fight around the rune.
Radiant's courier has been slain.
The other day too, when they played the IO, GH very quick TP toward the mid lane to be able to help out Miracle. He actually finds himself his own bottle too to secure runes and just keep his Gyro nice and healthy. A nice rotation. And he's doing good in the lane. Like, these first few levels are important, but now, you know, Vortex is going to be online. He has to be a little cautious. We'll bring his own sentry just in case Miracle does bring one of his own. And they have to watch out for these TPs. I mean, this IO, these little moves you can make. They have to try to finish our LPW if he does.
So CS in the mid lane, still very even between the two. 11-4, 11-3 between Limp and Miracle.
Mind controls hit level 3. Now the lane starts to become pretty dominant for this ET. Just gets a couple swings off and he can... Yes, it's increased armor too.
I mean, they're going to try and get aggressive onto it.
Stupendous!
So, yeah, he can punch back just as hard, really, even though they have the minus armor debuff themselves.
Kind of matches, right? Like he gets plus, like he actually had +7 and he got -8, so it actually like completely nullified the entire little Shredder and Blightstone when he has his spirit out. So an interesting approach from NIGMA to counteract that minus armor in lane.
That's true. And that's
working.
I mean, we're seeing him just being able to completely free farm down mind control. 25 CS, top CS at the moment as the offlane ET.
And Nico Baby, I think he might actually have to bring the chainmail out quite soon because these punches are starting to hurt every time he walks out. He does buy it now. It's gonna take some time to get over there, and Kuroki, he'll have a chance to build a sniper.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. It will fall like a ripe apple.
Continuing to struggle.
Yeah.
He's getting a little bit.
It's a very hard lane.
But yeah, it's quite a lot of damage that is coming up. Just that little bit. I mean, now it's 2 points.
Mind control, he's trying to run in aggressively. He's got stick charges. He's going to start punching back into Nico Baby. One more hit's going to do it. Mind control gets the kill. And he's actually standing his ground, just doing as much damage as he can to FNG on the way out. Has he got this with the impetus? Not quite enough. FNG will live. But another trade down bottom. I mean, Mind Control, sure, he loses his life, but he's able to live, get the kill onto Nico Baby, and just continuing to really pressure this Wraith King now.
He's 31 last hits. That's pretty crazy. The gyro not getting pressured in the same manner at all by the Timbersaw on the Lion. He's still having a much tougher time up here. So great start here for NIGMA. I'm so surprised that he's actually doing very well. So I guess I haven't seen the matchup much. So
sure.
He's able to hold his own even though he doesn't get that rotation. His Hudskin, the missile, it's gonna finish him.
Oh no. Up in the chat.
I will have my revenge.
Already 2K gold lead off of these.
That's right. It should be alright. He's got a fair few creeps tanking the rocket barrage. And also the tower punching into RTW, so NIGMA won't be able to dive any further. So
71 charges. They have 16 on ILTW. They have 13 up on GH. So they can continue looking to put this pressure onto S4. And S4, you can't ever slow them down. And his, Wraith King is getting slowed down. So this early game is feeling a little bit rough right now for Alliance.
There's 2K difference at the moment. Pressure on Limp. See what he can do after having a solid start. He's been able to farm mid, but he hasn't obviously been able to slow down Miracle's own farm. So eyes on Limp to really get the moves made here from this mid-sanking role.
Yeah, boy!
He's not getting help checking the runes either. He's checking it by himself. He will get lucky, get the DD top as Kuroki is still sitting around mid.
Money changes hands.
Just be smart. He'll just stick to the jungle for now. Doesn't want to get ganked up as Kuro does have that Centaur at the ready. He does step out of position. I think S4 is going to look pretty vulnerable this game, I got to be honest. In most of the games when he's played the Timber, he's looked pretty, just unkillable. Sure. As soon as he gets the hood, he just can't die. But this damage increase that NIGMA does have, it's really strong. And they already got such good levels on both of them.
Well, even in general, if he did have a better start, this would still be one of those games where NIGMA just have the heroes to fight a Timber.
Absolutely, yeah. With the ET even being able, since he's core, he doesn't have to go for Stomp early. He's going to have even more points in the natural order, which works. It works so good. They're actually two best heroes you want to pair ET with. It's actually Storm and Gyro, because they're both mixed damage, right? They're physical and magical.
Dyer's middle tower is under attack.
First move, though.
No gale can stop the
They're making it
flames.
toward top.
I'll see what they can do. If they can
Actually bring in the Snap, too.
I mean, this has got to work out for Alliance. They're putting a lot of resources into this. 4 heroes up to the top.
15 wands. Let's see if they can actually go for it.
See if Lim can get the jump. We're going to have Miracle up here as well. He's ready for the response. We're ready to make a movement towards RTW. Can they burst the jar down low? He's getting low. The back of 2 for Miracle. RTW will fall, though. As Alliance, they get the kill. Can they get out? That's the question. FNG will fall in return. GH getting focused by S4 and Lim. S4 able to take him down. As they get 2 Alliance, and so will NIGMA. So 2 for 2 for now. They represent a revved up. Lim gets in under Miracle and make sure that Alliance come out on top of the trade as they take down 3.
And they're going to get the stack, too. This is huge for Alliance. Limp's like, all right, S4, you're having a bit of a tough one. I'm going to give you this so you get your hood finished up at a good time so you can maybe actually sustain versus all this damage. A big hit from Alliance. They break their bottom lane. The Wraith King was having trouble. He actually moves mid, but it's a good hit, as they will also clean up Miracle on top after GH and LTW.
This one's got to be a bit careful. So they've got magical damage to take him out.
Dire's middle tower is learning to fear.
Straight back to lane, and they'll be able to take him out. So RTW back to picking up the kills.
And I think we're all going to be very happy in this game, though, because it looks like we're going to have just constant fighting from both sides. 5 to 8 already, 13 kills, 8
Radiant's
minutes.
top tower is under attack.
Yeah,
Limp, his blink's going to be fast.
It's close.
So the moves around the map, he's going to be able to make constant moves, constant pressure to make space for NIGMA.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. His shell
So that's going to
encroaches.
be an enabling factor. And there's just so many stuns. That's the thing we do always have to talk about for Alliance versus the Storm. Miracle's going to have a bit of a rough time in the game.
Yeah, not an easy one for him.
I'm just looking forward to Briefcase. I don't know about you.
I mean, what?
Seeing other Titan getting some pretty good farm.
And this is the way to go, right? Just straight into the Axe. You've already got the movement speed with the phase, the wind lace. You're ready to run people down. You just got to make sure you're able to stay alive.
Yeah, I don't like the... I saw some people doing like your meteor
Dire's
hammers and your
middle tower
Axe.
is
If you're
under
getting
attack.
free lane, you just go the Axe. You're into so many stuns, so much magic damage. Timber Saw and Sanking can actually be really disruptive, but when you get your Axe, you don't got to worry about all that. So some downtime here, but Alliance with the blink, he's sitting behind mid, just waiting for any move that if it comes to Nico Baby.
Yeah, they're trying to bait. Let's see if they fall for this Enigma as Nico Baby shows on the wave. Miracle's Limp, he'll be ready to dive the tower if he sees an opportunity here.
Dire's middle tower is under
He's
attack.
ready.
He's at the ready.
The Dire
It's an
have
arcade room
fortified
too,
their
so it'll be
grove.
Yeah.
very nice cooldown for it if he does connect.
I mean, Miracle's being just careful enough to make sure that Limp can't quite find the chance to jump in.
Dire's middle
GH tanked it
tower
right
is
away.
learning
Cardicland's
to
in for a second there
fear.
with the creeps. As a tower, it's dying though. Just the skeleton.
It is, yeah. When Miracle having to sit back and not being able to sort of grab the aggro off the objective. A lot of damage done 10 minutes in this. Yeah, tier 1 just a push away from falling. Limp, he's going to be able to find an overpower in, haste rune, and he's straight up to the top lane. He's going to look for an easy kill here. Straight in onto Kuro. Easily able to take down the Enchantress between the two of them. So Alliance can now look to continue this pressure, put some pressure down to the top tier 1 tower as well.
I love that. I mean, these moves from Alliance have just, they got S4 back in the game because he was having a
Dire's top
laning
tower
start, but
is
these
under
rotations from
attack.
Limp on point.
It fights for its
Immediately going
life.
toward mid-tier for rotation. Also pointing out, he did find a fairy trinket, so the dream for these Sankings.
Dire's top tower is feeling its mortality.
Still trying to, as you say, come back and find something around it, but it seems like Enigma's being very careful to not lose someone to this
Radiant
movement that
structures
Alliance
are
keep trying around the
fortified.
mid
They
tower.
require time.
They're just playing it very safe with where they're farming, right? Miracle now farming in the jungle, the Gyro and the IO playing in the defensive side of the jungle the most of the time. Now they'll swing back top because they are aware of that Sanking rotation happening. And GH also pointing out, he does have a shovel, so probably
The Dire have relinquished their top tower.
Plenty.
Now Miracle standing by here at the mid lane.
Dire's structures
Quite
are
having the orchid done.
fortified.
We're going to see if they can
is
take a
on
bit
the
of the
wing.
tower tonight after this fortification.
The skeletons.
Dire's middle
Too
tower
much damage
has
there for them
been
to try and find
uprooted.
the hit between. So Alliance will manage to find a good timing here on the tier 1 mid. 11 minutes in. 2 tier 1s already taken down by Alliance.
S4 getting all this space, already up to level 9 now, just from these little moves that they have done. FNG has served bottom the whole time too. He's actually pretty close to Solar Crest, so some good stuff from Alliance. And Nigma though, they're playing the greed game. You know, they're playing that farm, so they are staying a little bit ahead in the gold. Alliance making some good objective moves.
And of course at this stage,
Dire's top
RTW
tower is under
back up.
attack.
GH's
It
are,
fights
they
for
will
its
be able to
life.
farm a little bit more efficiently than Nico Baby can quite now. A bit of a catch-up game for him. Obviously that will change once he has the Radiance done, and is going straight for that Radiance rush. Face boost, no armlet here on the build-up today. 2,300 into towards the relic. So yeah,
Radiant's
actually
bottom
cleaning
tower
up some of
is
the
under
ancients here
attack.
with the help of Handscan. Making sure that ideally he is going to get that Euros at a timing that's not going to fall
Radiant's
too
bottom
far off the
tower
orchid.
is
Obviously the orchid is already
fading
done.
fast.
So there is this window now where they have to be a little careful. Miracle will be ready to turn up, and he's got that first time. He's got
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is now
Having
but
such an excellent game, you know, you don't want to just be a blink as your mid laner. You blink stun and then you just get caught and killed. You want to be able to reset, go again in afterwards. So he does want to be able to finish this one up as Nigma, they're kind of hunting for the fight.
Dire's
They don't
top
get initiated
Enigma is feeling its
they have an overwhelming
mortality.
amount of damage. Natural order is maxed, overcharge is maxed. So 16% spell amp plus the crazy amp from the Spirit 2, Storm and Gyro will thrive. So Alliance just has to be prepared for the move. As they're sitting around FNG, like they're actually giving FNG a lot of farm priority to get.
No, they are, yeah. FNG's like, protect me, boys. You stay up there smoked. I'll continue to farm in this lane. They're going for mind control. They've got the epicenter ready to go straight in onto it. Mind control doesn't stand a chance. There's the jump of Alliance.
You don't get to win.
As they protect their 5-position snap fire. They cover the area for the snap to finish up the solar. I love it.
With these moves, you're closing that net worth gap. Still overall, ILTW holding a strong point at the top.
But Nico Baby catching up.
Yes, closing in on the relic. Very, very close now. No pressure really being brought over to him. So making very good use of the space and control. Alliance team has been able to keep their half of the map.
Wonder if NIGMA tries to take advantage of the fact that that epicenter is down. It is a big chunk of the damage. They know the Wraith King is farming, but they're, I mean, looks like they're just content with farming as well, too. Since they have that IO Gyro farming at a bit of a factor. That big DPC for the Gyro before they really just hammer it through, but it's giving a lot of time for Alliance to get back up and then Wraith. And then Nico Baby can turn up to the fights himself. And he'll have a Solar Crest behind him as FNG. He's got it finished. 14 minutes. Not bad. Not bad at all.
I mean, and is there going to be a timing in this game that one of the teams is more necessary for them to play towards? Like when you look at sort of how this game can go on with the cores involved?
I actually do want to see Alliance get a little bit more active.
Sure.
It's a Wraith King who, you know, he's great carrying all that, but he is a little alone versus two very hard scaling cores. Storm and Gyro will scale just a little bit harder, especially too because they have these auras and all these buff ups. So if we want to see Alliance hunting a bit more, and they are on the hunt right now with this new solar.
See who they can catch here from NIGMA. There's NIGMA on the high ground and heading towards them. Well, they're going to be spotted out here, Alliance, so Alliance won't be able to make the jump.
I feel like, yeah, NIGMA is just like, they're idly waiting, they're just chilling, right? Because I think if they get the Aghanims on the ET, they get this timing on the Gyro with BKB, it's going to be a pretty tough thing for Alliance to just battle into. Like, these BKBs are going to be very detrimental to the side of Alliance. They're kind of all magical, besides that Wraith King. And even then, like, he's a Radiant, so he is quite a bit of magical himself, too. So the ET with his Ags is pretty much a BKB, and the Storm and the Gyro are both getting BKB. So it does feel like that timing might get a bit scary for Alliance.
Yeah, I mean, we're seeing, you know, Alliance, they are trying to find something. They're making the moves.
They are.
NIGMA's just not really leaving the opportunity open there for Alliance to get the jump on them. So absolutely, Alliance definitely going to be feeling that the heat is on, the pressure is there for them to try and get something going, but it's just proving to be a little too hard to catch NIGMA by surprise at this moment in the game as NIGMA managed to avoid each of their moves here.
Radiance is online for Nico Baby, so has caught up quite decently. And then he's about to have, so he has a way to protect himself for his stuff. Now we might see Alliance just really hunt even harder. But hey, NIGMA might just be ready to battle back, as I think
when they are.
BKB done.
Yeah, it's not going to be easy now. Yeah, sure, you've hit the Radiance timing on the Wraith King. ILTW turning up with a BKB in the backup of GH's IO. It's not easy for Alliance to run into a 5v5 here.
No, it's all these items coming together at the same time. Yeah, ET Ags is in 300. Max Spirit. He's got his 20 attack speed talent too. All right, let's see if they can actually invade. Let's see if they can get a successful invasion. This NIGMA's kind of just been reading it very nicely.
Just stack after stack after stack here for ILTW. He's getting insanely farmed, and mind control's out just in time before Nico Baby finds him hidden in the trees.
Oh, I want to dream NIGMA. Who's going to get the shawl in this game? NIGMA gets a shawl versus all this magic damage. That's pretty nice. Okay, they're going for mind control. And there's the axe. Let the briefcase begin.
All right, but it'll be interesting to see, though, you know, if NIGMA, you know, do want to fight with these items that they've got, or if they are sort of content in saying, you know what, let's just keep farming.
Yeah, they might. They might just simply chill, honestly. Maybe wait till, I mean, Miracle's getting close to BKB too. He probably wants that versus this Lion and Snapfire. Once it's BKB, like these two heroes can't do much of anything unless they get the jump on him. They do have Blinks though. Hanskin, he has Blink Dagger with Limp, so they have the opportunity to get the jumps. It's just gonna have to, they're gonna have to get those perfect initiations once this best BKB is online.
Sure, yeah. If Lim can get some sort of big multi-hero Burrow strike, it's going to be off to a great start. NIGMA is smoking up with the cover of the the two-man Burrow strike. Continues to back off though. Alliance, they don't want to fight here. Get the catch for the stop. First to fall as RTW and Mind Control come in with the Magic Immunity. They run down the Sand King, and now without their mid, Alliance hasn't really got a fight to take anymore. They've got to back off. Miracle, he's not going to let them. Straight in over the middle, straight over the wall. Sand King catches another. No way. Alliance, they've got it. I mean, S4's got to be careful. If Miracle gets enough mana, he may go for more here.
Radiant's middle tower is losing its
This is pretty
foundation.
bold of him. As Nigma's going to be very ready to fight. As S4, he's also down on top of it all. Feels like a little bit of an unnecessary loss there at the end of that fight, as S4 didn't, he could have left.
He pulled them away from the tower, though, at the
Radiant's
very
middle
least.
tower is
Yes,
under
yeah, the
attack.
tower's still going down.
They're still going to be able to take
Radiant
it down. So yeah, a
structures
bit of an
are
unnecessary
fortified.
death there maybe
The
at the end.
stream
As Nigma,
tells
they just
of
show up with all
tactics.
five. Mind Control just puts the Spirit on the backlines and the supports, and they can't blink. He's too scared. Hanskin, they have perfect vision of where the Lion is, so that Miracle has freedom to be able to jump in. They got him low. They did get Miracle a bit low, but yeah, we're going to see some problems definitely coming in versus all this magic.
It's just so hard, yeah, with Nigma's itemization. For Alliance to find an opening to get the fights, they've got to find the pickoffs. They've got to somehow make a move, catch Nigma when they least expect it. Because in these full team fights, yeah, as long as Nigma can press the BKBs, Alliance are going to have a tough time in the battles.
And Nigma, they smoke again. A second smoke in the last minute and a half. They're ready. They're ready for it to come to them.
Here we go, Lim.
At the ward.
He's going to look towards S4. Has he got the burst to take down Miracle? Miracle. He's run out of mana, Miracle, and S4. He's going with the
Dyer's bottom
chakra, running
tower
him
is
down.
under attack.
Miracle control.
It may yet
He's trying to
stand.
juke it out. He might have to deny himself to Roche here. All right, he's got enough mana left. He's actually going to be able to juke S4. And he's getting away here. Has S4 got anything else to catch this? Chain a little short there.
That's right.
Over here now.
It's a good chain.
Dyer's middle tower is under attack.
He tries his
No
best to run
gale can
Miracle,
stop
but
the
Alliance
flame.
this time round, they're able to chase them out, get the kills, and all off to just an excellent start. Everything thrown down onto ILTW. They are able to burst the gyro before the fight begins.
They have everything together at the same time, too. The triple blinks.
Oh, they go for more here.
Mind Control.
He steps up to the wave, but Lim straight into the power strike. The Mortimer's kisses are coming down. Mind Control's going to go down as well. Alliance.
Very nice.
I mean, this is exactly what they have to do. They can't pass up on any of these opportunities, these little slip-ups that Nigma give them, and they're not. Alliance hitting back hard.
And that was without Finger, too. They'd used it in the last fight previously, so they actually bursted him just because the triple blinks. The
Dyer's
King is
top
actually
tower is
able
under
to get on top
attack.
of his blink dagger.
It fights for its life.
The follow-up. And
My
maybe more.
sprites are with us.
Should be the right first back. Girl's got back up. ILTW and GH turn up.
Dyer's middle tower
It's time for
is
Alliance to start
learning
backing
to
away.
fear.
Miracle's jumping far.
Gonna set over towards S4. See if they've got enough damage. Four of them. S4, another timber chain. He's out. The impetus. It's enough damage. Gets it for the distance, but there's the counter. They're jumping. They've got the stops on the Miracle. As they bring down the storm. See if Limp can get his way out of this. As they've got the detection down, Limp will die for his efforts. So a trade between the mids at the end of it all.
Miracle respawns and just dies immediately, though. That can't feel good for the Storm. As we said, lots of stuns that he does have to watch out for. And that blink, definitely an excellent purchase from Nico, baby. That's gotten some pretty big kills. Now they will lose that mid tower towers. Nigma.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
ILTW.
So they are looking for more.
See what he can find around here. Heading into the triangle. Alliance is away. Alliance, you know, it's sort of the lack of the two beefy heroes, the Timbersaw and the Sand King. Not quite ready to jump, but you can bet as soon as they're back in the game, Limp and S4 will be ready to go. Now having a mech finished on GH.
That's gonna make things a little bit more
tower is under attack.
I actually thought in the last fight, I was gonna say it too, like they have to get on top of GH so he doesn't get all these heals off, but they actually had enough damage. Now, this might be the difference maker. He also has a regen in the bottle, so if they don't focus onto GH, things could be pretty disastrous. They've been doing a great job, Alliance, of focusing on the targets that they need to.
Yeah. If they don't manage to sort of eliminate or get the gyro out of the fight at the start, it's just one of those cases. If RTW can press his spells, get the flat cannon hits out, it's just so much damage. Alliance have got to somehow make the jump onto him.
Oh, interesting. Okay, my control's actually got a blink queued up, but I was wondering if he just goes for the shard, because it's kind of like the same things that you can do, get on top of and apply your...
Oh, that's true, actually.
But it's a different approach. This is what people used to do before the shard was introduced, and you know, you can still do kind of similar tricks, and you can blink onto your spirit, instantly get the damage. I think he might still go with the shard, but...
Well, we'll see, but you're right, the blink gives you more options and allows for sort of more mind games, whereas the shard's going to be a bit more telegraphed exactly where you're heading.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we'll see which way he wants to go. Might depend on the next fight.
I'll do better next time.
That's one way to find out who's on the high ground.
I like this board too. Deep board placed by Alliance to kind of just cover the whole area. It's tough to be able to claim these triangles too, and especially when you're versus an IO Gyro 18, that's a bit of a tough thing to do with Alliance.
It may yet stand.
Some good amount of time. Now the IO Gyro probably going to swing over, clear over Ancients, but...
Dire's bottom tower hopes for aid.
No, absolutely.
Experience.
Oh, man. Let's see if they can burst him. He's pretty tanky and he's got the protection of GH. GH taking him out at the start. Now Miracle's going with the zip. Grabs Nico Baby and Nico Baby needs help and he's back up. Nico Baby with 4 1s. Times on the rest of the control. Got the damage as well. Nico Baby getting destroyed on the far
FNG.
Caught him with the stomp.
He kept channeling of him.
I mean, he did. He was just sort of shooting them back towards. Yeah, he was just letting them go.
Dire's top tower. More talent. Radiant's middle tower. It's down.
Might as well do the full duration.
Dire's top tower is under attack. It fights for its life.
They just couldn't quite save him with the BKBs popped by Miracle. There's nothing to get this storm off him.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
It was the FNG. He turns around.
Magnificent monster has earned a moment's rest.
The orange blobs. Oh no, I'm dead.
It looks like he tried to turn around, but yeah, I just didn't stop it or something. But he does die, and now Roche, Miracle, he doesn't just have the BKB, he also has an Aegis to make these dives quite a bit easier. He's still showing a lot of vulnerability. Sure, he's got this good damage physical, but he's very vulnerable if they can actually take him out.
They can burst him
quite easy. Yeah,
they're going to be out. Yeah, I mean,
timing is really nice.
Dire's
actually, with the way
tower is under attack.
You actually can just drop it right on top, and it'll.
Dire's bottom tower is no
doing the
more.
maths. And in that timing, bang on.
Dire's bottom tower hopes
Yeah, we're just
for
saying,
aid.
obviously RTW is the gyro with his build up in the backup of GH. It's just so much harder for Alliance to do anything about the gyro at the
Dire's
start of the
bottom
fight
tower is
compared
under
to
attack.
what NIGMA have to do in terms of bringing down Nico Baby's Wraith King.
Yeah, their damage on Alliance, it can increase for what
Dire's
right? The
bottom
Wraith King
tower
damage
is
is going to
under
increase, the
attack.
9 damage will
It
increase a little
may
bit, but it's very
yet
static
stand.
for the most part, right? That Sand and Timber, their damage is going to get released, and then if the heal comes out, their damage is going to be, that's kind of going to be it. So these long
Dire's
duration team
bottom
fights for
tower
NIGMA
is
are going
under
to be much
attack.
better than that for Alliance. Alliance just needs to pop a hero right away and then just steamroll over. It's NIGMA, they're looking for the hunt, looking for the fight.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah,
It
come on,
may
Lions. Just
yet
the three of them
stand.
down here. Probably do their best to get out of it. And they will Nico Baby.
Dire's bottom tower
Nice
hopes
ball.
for aid.
This four should be fine. No catch for him. And Hansken, he's chilling. He's still got his
He's
TP. He'll be out and away looking to rejoin the rest of the
I'll
gang
take
up
your
top.
tribute.
just have to, now it's just baby, I think it's mode babysit Nico, baby. I have to play really close around him until he does finish up his own BKB. Nice. Nigma's on the hunt.
I mean, Miracle's in. He's ready to start some action here. They're going to bring in RTW as well. They're going to play the flip, stop the side of the bar. There's a mix out. To bring down the island. And RTW is still pretty much at full HP. Miracle ready to lead it over towards Nico, baby, but they keep him alive. Protect that reincarnate. With the Glimmer Cape and the Solar, he's out, he's safe.
Actually, assassinate. Actually getting GH. They will lose Limp though. But GH, he thought the fight was going to continue. He actually buys back. That could hurt them later on.
Dire's top tower is feeling its mortality.
What more they do with this now? 40 seconds, no Limp.
Radiant's middle tower is
Ready to
under
bring the
attack.
push down the mid lane. Alliance unlikely to try and fight without their Sand King.
Dire's structures are fortified. The trees, Radiant's middle tower is under attack. It will fall like a ripe apple.
And it is still, they're still playing into
The
ages,
Radiant
so it's not a
have
fight that they
called
want to take
upon
by
their
any means.
defenses. Radiant's middle tower is
Level 18 on Storm,
losing its
18 on
foundation.
Gyro. GH also almost level 18, kind of all the heroes on
Radiant's
the
middle
side
tower
of
has
things.
collapsed.
Similar levels as they've been playing together as a unit.
Slight 4K lead now for NIGMA, but as we say, it's not an easy game for Alliance to play from behind.
It looks like ILTW actually finishes Mjolnir. There's a lot of little small damage instances this game, right? The Chakram, the Sandstorm, even the Radiance takes everything. So it seems like he just wants to have a little bit more damage because of all that. I saw he had Satanic queued up, which would have been
Radiant's
obviously
bottom
incredible.
tower is under attack.
FNG, my head's up to the high ground, but it's a bit of a battle. Miracle's going to get jumped as soon as he goes for FNG. That's the Aegis gone. And Alliance doing a second time. RTW getting him. As they're going to look to try and take Nico Baby down a second time as he comes back with a second life. He is able to make the jump, or at least get back up to the high ground.
Well, that's a gem. I think they just purchased that not too long ago. So the little bit of vision that they do have is going to be taken away. As they relocate right into the middle of everybody. That's how confident NIGMA is in their team fight at the moment. It really is so much damage, though. The ET Spirit with these two heroes, with Gyro and Storm, like they evaporate heroes. Limp just looking quite fragile, even though he's built so much like plus armor, which is one of the things you always want to do versus ET. Dragon Scale and Plate Mare, doesn't matter. The magic damage is just overwhelming.
Radiant's
At
middle
this point, they
tower
just
is
don't
under
have
attack.
nearly enough
It
team
will
fight
fall
to
like a
match
ripe
that
tower
Nigma's.
has fallen. There is still much to be done.
They need the dream situations. They need to get insta-kill. They need to get the full chain to go in. One hero and get numbers.
Miracle, he might look to success to the turnaround here. They're moving on to S4. He is tanky and he's going to be saved. Another Glimmer Cape usage gets S4 out of there. Gonna lay down the kisses, see if they can run down something. He will fall. They've got the burst to take him out. Miracle thinking about going back in, but Limp, he's going to get the kill. He's in the burst. BKB thinks about fighting, but decides against it. Little on the mana, so he zips back to safety.
That was a little scary there for the Storm. Miracle playing his hand.
Yeah, good attempt by Alliance to really force something there. They get Kuro, but Core's able to get out very close, and they're nearly being able to find that jump onto Miracle and taking him down in time.
I think they recovered the gem.
They did with that, yeah.
That's a big one. Okay, that's nice.
See what the move's going to be from NIGMA next, as those side lane tier 2s most certainly going to be the goal for them here. Go save the gun.
Got that long death out of the way for GH now too.
Mid. They got the chain stun. They got the finger. Ow! Ooh, they're going to be able to take him. GH tries to get him out in time.
His body's there. He got him out, but he died as it happened.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. There is little it can do.
Now they're going to get GH as well. GH tries to take across to Kuro. He's not going to live through this. Surely not. They've got the burst. They take down GH as well. So able to control Kuro by the looks of this. S4 has the damage, blocking off his escape. Kuro will fall. Alliance finding 3.
Dire's middle tower is
getting
under
that jump
attack.
onto Miracle.
No gale can snuff the flame.
I think they knew his BKB was still on cooldown. Limp with a nice heads-up move, recognizing that with his team.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Tier 2, and they've got some time.
They do, yeah. This is a
Dire's middle
decent
tower has
window
fallen.
as it's 3 dead. It's not an easy game for
Dire's
Alliance,
middle
but
tower
Alliance
is learning.
finding these sort of jumps, punishing Nigma's misplays.
I'll do
And now
better
they're gonna look to
this
make the
time.
commitment towards mind control. Kuro's going to come in with a buyback. That's got the spirit bus helping him out RTW's ready to run them down. Alliance, they've got to disengage
Dire's
safely
top
here.
tower is under attack. It fights for its life.
Still on S4.
They've got the damage to get him. Missiles in. Well, with mind control nearby, they certainly have.
Here I am.
There's Nigma.
Gotta be careful.
Yeah, they'll hit back here at Alliance. I mean, Alliance, it seemed like a good jump. They see mind control, but it's a hard kill when you're diving in as deep as you were for him in that base. Well, we'll see again this death.
His spirit came back too. That's the thing. It's like, you see this death? Yeah, this was a reload death. But mind control, he has the spirit was returning to him as they jumped.
Yeah.
He was actually hexed, but he was hexed in a BKB. So he was magic immune. They couldn't actually chain stun him or anything. He just walks right past him. Plus 528 damage. Easy.
Look at the kisses. FNG trying to push back Nigma. 30 seconds now, S4. He has got buyback if he sees an opportunity to get a team fight going. Limp ready with a potential epicenter jump.
Satanic now on ILTW. A lot
Radiant
more healing coming
structures
into
are
play.
fortified.
Even when he's not attacking.
Nico, maybe he's going to be the one to get jumped. Mike jumps in on him. Already able to take him down to 5. Trying to focus down the arrow. Give him a 5 blast down. He really wants to kill GH, but Carl with the body blocks stops him from being able to do so. They've lost Handscan. They'll lose Limp as Miracle commits it over towards the tanking. Both two have buybacks available. They may need to use them. Nico Baby's going to go down at once. They're looking to move in Nick, but take him down a second time. They won't quite be able to do so. Nico Baby's able to get back to the fountain. He will live, but they've had to use 2 buybacks for this alliance. Going to get any kills out of it. They'll look towards LGW. He's going to jump back in, but he's been silenced. He's up in the air with the Yaws. He's got anything else to get him away. He's trying to head back, but the slow's there from Kuro. Might throw him with the punches, but Nigma, they'll step back. Alliance, they've got the full 5 man up. Nico Baby tries with the lead in onto Kuro. A lovely 3-man stun lined up there by Hanskin and S4. He's trying to get in on the backlines, but he's so much magical damage. S4 just gets beaten down by Mind Control and RTW. And Mind Control, he's not done yet. He's up to the high ground. See if they can find more out of this.
His agility.
Ready for a second round. Mind Control holding back S4 with the stop, but Mind Control is ready to jump straight over towards Limp. He's got Pyro Strike up. He's out to the side. RTW is chasing him down. They've got any detection. Limp's into the trees in the south. Tommy's able to get the blink away. Limp will live. But Nico Baby, he's still stuck at the front line. Next to Miracle. Brings down the storm. That's Miracle and Kuro down for over a minute. Otherwise, they're not done with the chase. S4 leading out of the base. See what they can get here. RTW and GH on the retreat. GH has got to do it. But Nico Baby's in with the control. They bring down the Io. GH is out. That's the 4th dead on Nigma. And S4, he's continuing to run down RTW. The BKB and the TP is up. So ILTW makes it away, but Alliance with a ferocious defense.
Oh, and I'm loving the tipping action between Miracle and Limp right now this game. Every time one of them catches the other, they are instantly throwing the tip. And now with this alliance, they actually set up for a Roche. And it's got a shard. That's going to be nice if S4 picks it up if he would like to for that flamethrower if they want that.
Big fight
Coming out, but the sustain, like ILTW is an absolute beast with the Satanic, with all the stats, with the GH IO behind it.
Top
It's still a
tower
bit of a
is
tough
under
cookie for them
attack.
to crack. So this is going to be a
Hanskin
thing that they get.
has caught Mind Control up to the side. They're bringing Nico Baby over. They're going to have the burst. They're going to be able to take down
I
Mind Control
foresee
as
the
well.
Radiant's top tower
Hanskin.
falling shortly.
What a play.
Very, very nicely done here, Alliance. They should have no trouble finishing off this Roshan, which they do need. Of course, well, they do have to commit 3 buybacks. Losing the mid-rack, so damage still done by Nigma.
Radiant's top
Alliance
tower is
definitely
under
able to show
attack.
that they
And
can still
die
bring a
again.
fight despite being down at the moment.
Still hard fights though. As we know, Miracle and a couple of these two, like, and especially in that last one, he actually just zipped to his death using his whole mana pool. Miracle definitely has to be a little bit more careful. He has 5 deaths now to his name. Still, fights are hard. This gyro factor is still a tough cookie for them to crack. They're killing almost everybody else, but ILTW is still such a beast.
For sure. And Enigma's going to be sure to bring the action immediately as soon as they're all back up. As they're going to say, you can hold your base with the buybacks. Now you've not got them. Is the Aegis and Cheese going to be enough to allow Alliance to do what they just did again?
I don't know if they have this damage for ILTW. Like the physical damage is just not really there. They've got all this magic, but you see how much he's able to just lifesteal through. Nico Baby, I think he's realizing that too. I just saw this queued up. He's got the rapier queued.
Oh,
so maybe
yeah.
really feeling that pressure for himself too.
That's what we want to see. With that rapier, he will be able to follow up on the stuns. will have close to the damage required to take down even the tankier targets like ILTW throughout the duration of the stuns, especially if they can get someone else on top of GH. GH's positioning meaning everything here. The relocate saves could come in huge.
Smoke on smoke action.
So he's going to get the jump.
Kuroki trying to get vision of the fight.
They're trying to...
Wards
yeah.
ready.
NIGMA's trying to go all the way around to the back lines. They know that Alliance is posturing behind Nico, baby.
Ooh, a courier coming out too.
I don't know. No, they won't want that. They want something a little bigger here. Nico, baby.
They are then.
Nico Baby's going to be able to target the stun up onto Kuro. Kiss is already coming in from the side. NIGMA are able to get in on this. They're trying to make a run straight over towards FNG, over towards the end. The Miracle's looking for a target. He's going to be able to find live on Lim. He was waiting already. Makes the jump over. FNG buys back immediately, but Hanskin's out again. Nico Baby trying to fight back. He's able to run straight in front of the BKB and the light still there from ILTW to get back up to full HP. Lim's got him right. He's trying to get out of here with the go step to NIGMA. FNG back in action. Second life for Nico Baby ready to go. As he crashes down another. Takes out mind control. But GH and ILTW, they're coming in with a clear. Can they take the rest of them down? Another kill for ILTW. Trying to get it out of the way. But GH takes the chakra and tethers over towards the wave. ILTW pushes back and forth with the rocket barrage. Limp, he's got a missile heading his way. They just can't quite do anything about the gyro. They've managed to take down 3 again. ILTW is still a target that they're having to almost ignore in these fights.
Miracle just gets completely chain stunned again. GH heals him, but it's really just his gyro. They have to make sure that they kill the Elder Titan too, because if they ignore him, the gyro is just going to kill them all because of that aura. So they're focusing the right targets on lines. It's just ILTW is too big right now, especially if they can't take out GH.
Full MKB for the next fight as well. So. Whereas in that fight, we did see some of the lines staying alive as long as they were.
Bottom tower has
probably going to get pushed over the edge by the damage output of this gyrocopter.
From S4 in that fight was pretty crazy too. His new flamethrower coming into play with all this magic amp. It hurts whenever he's able to stick on these targets without the BKB. And he does have to be careful. Like, he's really starting to fall behind time and time again. He's got 6 deaths. It's really, like you said, gyro versus the world. They are still scaling on Alliance. Storm is not really scaling that much.
Bounty killing!
Just some excellent patience from Alliance, always making sure, and normally is Limp really getting that initial burrow strike onto Miracle.
Yeah. Hanskin was so quick too. Just they were both like, everyone was on page of who got jumped. Like, the communication from Alliance in that fight must have been so good. Because Hanskin gets jumped, like, this is such a chaotic fight for Alliance, but somehow they make the quick call to just like protect the line, protect the 2 supports with that Sand King. Some excellent fights coming out from them still.
Oh, I see some insane CS there by ILTW. 679 at 40 minutes, 825 GPM. Pretty crazy indeed as well. We'll see this last fight again. You know, NIGMA trying to get that favorable position on the high ground, and does allow them to just keep ILTW in a spot where the Alliance is never really able to get the jump on him. And do make the smart moves.
Just so patient.
Waiting for Miracle.
Chilling, waiting for Miracle, and bam. Yeah, gets it. And Hanskin's Aeon Disc procs it, like the perfect time for him to get the chain stun too with FNG as well. It was nice. Very nicely done by Alliance.
Yeah, and if anything, Alliance, even though they don't kill the gyro, able to sort of ease in and out one by one to make sure that ILTW himself never could quite finish off some of these kills. You know, Limp able to kite him out. Nico Baby able to come in with a second life and not quite be able to be found immediately.
No, Limp doing God's work, really. The triple stun there at the end too, being able to clean up mind control. And yeah, it's target priorities, right? They're leaving that gyro so they can kite him around, taking care of that buff up of the Elder Titan in particular and the Storm. So yeah, just still really good fights from Alliance. Just need to solve the gyro problem.
For sure. And I just saw there as well, of course, that last fight was actually done with ILTW. He didn't even have a single component that the MKB picked up. So that was a fight where the gyro was, effectively fighting without 6k gold spent. And now he's got it spent. He did, sure. Now he's not got the boost. Sure.
And he was getting kited already, so maybe this could cause its own problems.
Sure, but yeah. I mean, we'll see. I mean, obviously, it's not they've got to play smart with like the glimmers and such. These flak hits will catch them from a mile off.
Go. And they still got their gem, right? I think FNG somehow recovered it in the end of everything there, so they will at least be able to have some protection and good control, at least with their wards at the moment, as they still do have 3 pretty solid wards out on the map. It's going to give them some good information. While NIGMA, they got no wards. They got no info.
Radiant's bottom tower is
Okay,
fading
he dropped his treads. His courier
fast.
coming. I was like, he left his treads. Oh no.
Should potentially have the rapier for the next fight, Nico, baby.
Oh baby. And he did get a penta
Radiant's
edge.
bottom tower is under
Big
attack.
damage increase.
Now Relic picked up, so he's
Radiant's
committed.
bottom
He's
tower
committed.
has
He's
fallen.
not going to worry about any buyback this game. He knows he has
Who
to
else
go
has
full in. Get this rapier done.
Timeless Relic up on his score.
Radiant's bottom tower is fading fast.
Enigma, the forcing reaction.
Radiant structures are fortified. They require time. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. There is little it can
Short with
do.
the rapier. He just needs to get a camp
Radiant's
or
bottom
so
tower
on.
has fallen.
And it's going to mean this Rax is
pace
probably
of
going to go
battle
down without
quickens.
defense. They're waiting until Nico Baby has the rapier. They don't want to try and take any chances without it. So they'll let the bottom Rax go. Enigma will get another objective. Next time round, though, they're ready to fight. Rapier done on the Wraith King.
Maybe they can actually focus fire LTW if they throw absolutely everything onto him with a Wraith King with that 2-second cooldown Mortal Strike.
Yeah, it's gonna hurt.
Maybe they'll have enough this time. They're gonna smoke. S4 also with a new BKB at the ready.
See what? Oh, if they RTW straying a little bit away from the team. He heads over towards this rune. Can they get the jump hands, Ken? He's got the Hex. They know it's a little too far away. They can't follow up anything else onto that. They know that by the time they do, the rest of NIGMA would be there to back RTW up.
They need to do it so perfect if they're going to go for those type of play. It needs to be all 5 heroes at the same time beating on the gyro, and they have to know where the IO is. GH hiding himself on the side.
I mean, they're still looking for this, but now NIGMA's a little tighter together. They're right behind
Dire's top
RTW,
tower
so
is under
it's no
attack.
longer an easy move to make right now. NIGMA's going to expect it if they do.
Miracle has to push out top though, so he will do that.
Dire's
We'll see if
top
Alliance is able to
tower
catch
is
anything as they are
feeling
smoke
its
looking for
mortality.
what they can. Shiva's also finished on limp, so healing reduction not coming into play.
And they'll show, you know, so that, I mean, NIGMA's going to be fully aware of this item done on Nico Baby, so they'll be able to take the extra precautions.
Yeah. And ILTW, he's got his next item finished up. He can actually consume his Aghanims and start to pick something up. Maybe put his treads back in his bag soon, so he can at least have that extra movement speed for the time being till that next big item.
I mean, we'll see. I mean, I feel like at this stage he's probably not going to die. He could afford to eat his Aghs and get a rapier himself, right?
Oh, maybe.
Does he need anything else?
The fact that there's no, he could just get Butterfly, and then there's no True Strike.
That's true. There is. Yeah.
I think that's probably the best if he wants to go.
Yeah, you're right. Actually. But Butterfly would be the sensible rapier. That would be the, you know, that's when we're happy to see. But we'll see what route RTW wants to go in that final swap.
Alliance waiting on the high ground.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Someone's got to make a
Top
call.
tower has
Nico Baby's in. See if they got enough damage to take down Nico Baby ready to charge over towards GH. As S4 Nico Baby push back the arm. GH will get taken out by S4. On the side, looks over the jump up to Karoki. Karoki, he'll also fall. As Alliance, they make the move, and the rapier pickup is doing it.
And they did it perfect. Just they waited till the perfect opportunity. They waited so long. They waited like 2 minutes to find that opportunity for everyone to get on him. They do it. 3 heroes dead. Scouting out the Roche. We're going to find out in about 5 seconds how long that is. They're going to push their side lanes.
See again, just this initial move. Big crits coming out. 1,700 on the crit there from Nico Baby each time, every a few seconds or so. And it's enough. There's nothing they can do to protect ILTW against that jump. And with the gyro gone, it all falls apart there for Nico.
It's up to mind control now. It's kind of out. They do something to see what he could do before. A little bit harder now. It's right here. They're actually going to use one of their buyouts. Miracle, clear the wave. Not going to use the TP.
And Nico Baby did that whole fight with one hand off the keyboard. Very skilled player. 3 and 16, he's doing it. He's keeping it cool, Nico Baby. And he's close to having the upgraded blink as well. Of course, you got a rapier. You can live this life of luxury where you're not saving for buybacks. You're spending up this money. You're going all in.
Damn right. Level 27 now, too. This Timeless Relic, you know, on Hanskin, I think this is going to be a pretty big one. Just to that little bit of extra control that they're going to get from this. It's going to be pretty huge every time.
Look at this as well. 30 to 30, 45 minutes in, just a 1k gold difference.
Yep. And ILTW, he's queued up his next item, so it's going to be Lincoln. So he wants to protect
he's playing safe.
so he can get BKB. That's a good safe move.
It's the good dude,
Oh
young.
my god.
Wow. I think remember about me being that brutal.
Mortal strike.
Yeah. And that Nigma there trying without the captain. You know, what do they do now? You know, they're going to get away. I don't think they're going to do anything once they're man down.
Storm Force double damage.
It's scary. It really is. There's all this damage and control that Alliance have shown now. Nigma have to give it the respect. Oh, S4.
Oh, GH. He's heading back over, smoked up with the buyback, ready to close back in and maybe skip a light to turn things around. GH is dead for 90 seconds. And ILTW had to buy back for this fight. So now NIGMA in a situation where they're in the worst position when it comes to buybacks.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And they still haven't been able to even finish up. Now LTW is like, all right, now he's got to go for his own rapier.
He has to get that rapier
coming into play like so hard. Like the Shiva's healing reduction was huge in that last fight. Just that little bit of extra where you can see the Wraith King actually stand toe to toe versus the gyro. That's everything, and bam, there it is.
There we go. Right, he's got it done.
MKB, how long did he have MKB for? Not very long, is he?
What did he say? He sold his MKB for it.
Sure did.
All right, I mean, he's not going to have any true strike against what the Radiance missile. I think he's got a BKB, so he's not caring too much about the evasion.
But another rush.
It is, got Alliance.
Free blessing.
Or is it? No, Nico, baby. All right.
Grabs it. All right, they want the Wraith.
I like it.
He can save his rapier then.
Yeah. No, he can. No, he absolutely can. I mean, you said already yourself, right? They don't really have too many stuns, too many TP capsules. The reality of it is, if it is a terrible fight, he's probably going to be able to TP out as the Wraith form, and they might not actually have anything left to stop him from TPing away.
It's definitely.
Oh, he's got a DD rune.
He's got a DD.
You better run. You better hide.
Go!
S4 nearly having a full hex as well. Starting to get some big items on top of it all for Alliance. And Nigma, they're spooked.
They are. They've got to sit on the high ground here. If they get jumped by this Wraith King, they will crumble.
I miss. Over here now.
Miracle's just, he's really been having a rough one. Just, it's all this chain stun. He's died so many times. It's given this great window for Alliance to come back in this game so hard that they're now just quite significantly in the lead, even though they have a 2 racks disadvantage. So now the next thing Alliance does have to watch out for is relocate players. I think he's going to get left outside the base. They're trying to get him back to safety. Big D2 machine from X4 comes out and moves straight into the base. They jump through. Micah turns out Left keeping himself alive. The ultimate still Nico maybe getting beaten down by mind controls. The reincarnation he's dead. He's out. He's gone for 2 minutes. Nigma just down to the last 3 to hold this as Nico, baby, he's dual wielding. oh my god. And I think they can just keep going. They should know that there's no
There's no buyback.
They should just be able to go.
They know there's no buyback on the gyro. No buyback because of the timing. They saw him do it before. They know he's not going to have it for a good amount of time.
They're going to pause.
Oh.
Hold on.
Translate. What does that mean?
I don't know. 1 second, maybe?
1 second? Okay, yeah, probably. 1 second. Maybe 1 minute. We'll see. Maybe 1 hour. Maybe 1 day. Maybe 1 year. We don't know.
Well, they don't need that much time here because they've got a big window here now to.
I mean, we'll see this again.
Through. That damage is just insane. And the relocate actually puts the gyro into a rough position. Miracle can't quite finish off S4. I think that's the biggest thing to see. The splitter comes right after he gets the cheese off, so he's able to full heal, and then they have to just reset. And if GH, we're watching this relocate.
Sure.
He brings ILTW back outside.
All right, we're back in action.
We're back.
Miracle's trying to clear out the mid to get all the creeps. He did right. Did
but they can go through backdoor.
Well, they do. Oh, goodness, they're on a Maestro. Maestro's got to run.
Dire's middle tower has
Trying to slow
fallen.
down the push.
Dire's
The
middle
range
barracks have
backdoor
fallen.
protection has kicked in.
Scattering.
You're right with this double
Dire's
raise.
middle barracks
That's a
stand
lot
on
of
a
damage from the
knife
Wraith King.
edge.
And the creeps, they're coming in. Still going to be a full minute, no gyro for the defense.
S4 starts to burn the bottom tower
Dire's
as
middle
well.
barracks are under attack. Dire's middle barracks have fallen.
Can't actually come.
One step back, they've got the